Complimentary greetings to everyone. Welcome to this opening message coming from Black Hyacinth to give us a way forward for 2025. I hope you had an entertaining festive season and at the very same time you are refreshed and well rested and ready to tackle the new year. So I think this video is just to cover some main points that are going to give direction on what we're going to do for the rest of the year. Basically our strategy for the year. So these issues, cover our outlook on the financial market themselves going forward, just a high level sentimental analysis, or maybe analysis implies a certain level of rigor, but maybe just sentimental feeling yeah, of how the markets might go and what might affect them this year, and also how Black Hyacinth fits into the grand scheme of things, um, uh, as we would have an idea of what the markets are going to do this year, and then what is the plan, considering how we fit in, and how do you watching this video fit into it? How do you participate? And from as early as what's the first thing that you can do while watching the video, just after you're done watching, um, or right up until how do you decide to open the trade or close it. So the parts on around how you participate and so on. So it relates differently to people that are already a part of us and people that will be encountering us for the first time this year. Yeah, so I think we should jump straight into it and talk about how the markets, what's going to affect the markets this year moving forward. So obviously we don't, as Black Hyacinth, we don't trade the financial markets in their entirety. We focus on tech stocks, the US 100. So all those stocks and all those, the index is very closely linked to what the dollar does because it's based on stocks. So the dollar is fundamental to our analysis. So what's been happening with the dollar? We have Trump now. Whoop whoop. We have Trump as the president back now. Our nigga is back in. With the volatility, he's already started shaking things up at the White House. With some changes that are aligned with a lot of stuff that Elon Musk has been ranting about. Uh, Luckily, that has no effect on the markets. But I think the implicit implication or expectation of Donald Trump being president is that the dollar is going to go bullish because we all know that Trump is a businessman, he's a billionaire, he's very pro productivity growth, he's very pro making money. So that's usually good news for the dollar, and he's got a good historical record for that. Even if it's not necessarily for dollar strength, but making policy changes that are worth noting because they have a direct effect on the dollar. And then sometimes we don't need the dollar to do well or worse, or no, we don't really need it to do well, but we need it to move. So whether it's doing better or worse, as traders, we just need the volatility to be able to open positions. So Trump is known to do that. So we are good, unlike Sleepy Biden there. So yeah, so it's, but in terms of direction, I think for the larger part, looking at what Trump is bringing onto the table, maybe we can have more in-depth discussions, but I'm sure you're pretty much in the picture about, as I've said, the moves that he's going to make towards productivity growth, putting America first. There's talk around Ripple, XRP, USD, that case from the SRC finally blowing the cap on that so that crypto can go mainstream. When Trump became president, maybe 2 to 3 weeks ago, we started seeing Bitcoin hitting all-time highs, So that's all the positive aura or positive sentiment that comes with Trump being president, because we all know that he's pro crypto, because he's our nigga like that. Yeah. So uh, also the Magnificent Seven, in my view, being led by Nvidia, we're just at the dawn of a new industrial revolution. The CEO of Nvidia actually said that we're really at the beginning of a new industrial revolution, with GPUs coming in, uh, ushering in a whole new era of generative AI, and all that is, and with all that, affecting the business environment, particularly with jobs, which is not necessarily a good thing. Looking at the payroll, but um, it's bringing about volatility. Um, but also a lot of good changes coming in with AI. Let's not leave that unsaid. So I think we are generally looking at the Magnificent Seven going to do well for most of the calendar year, because in any case, the Nasdaq is always increasing. The Nasdaq is always doing better than what it has the previous year. This was only disputed during COVID, so that's quite implicit. And then, so I'm saying bullish for US 100, of course. And then we have to also track the two wars that are happening in Russia and in the Middle East, between Israel and uh, yes, the war in Israel and in Russia. So yeah, I think those are two major wars in financial markets. Those are always major geopolitical events that have a great effect on the volatility. So we have to keep our feeler on the ground with that, especially on the Israeli war, because America has been implicated in so-called or allegedly unsavory ways when it comes to that war. So we don't know how that may sway upcoming unforeseen events during the year. And then there's currently a looming flu pandemic in China, so we don't know when they're gonna decide to start giving the rest of the world that freaking flu. And then yeah, so those are at the beginning of the year. Um, those are the hot topics as far as I'm concerned. Um, for me, the most important one would be dollar dominance around the world. Crypto is going to do better this year. Trump is for it. How is Trump going to balance um, crypto becoming more and more mainstream? Right at this point, we only have Bitcoin being mainstream, right? But we don't have crypto being mainstream. So how will Trump make sure to keep America up there without dollar dominance, if it happens that it, it loses a grip over the larger portion of the world's transactions as it does today? So we'll just have to see. But yeah, those are my views on the markets this year, particularly on the instrument that I'm trading. I'm expecting higher heights. I don't want to commit myself to numbers, but this morning I saw we're on 21K. So let's see if maybe we can hit 23 towards 25 by the end of the year. If I had the money, I would just put small positions with a relatively large account and let it run for the year. Even though you're most likely to do better if you do that with the S&P 500, but it's all right. So, and then the plans for the year. I think, excuse me, I touched on this adequately in the closing video for 2024, where I spoke about, uh, you know, it's always interesting with trading because you're always trying to grow something smaller into something bigger. And then a major path of self-discovery as a trader, and I've spoken to a lot of traders about this, is to learn how much can you start building with. Another person can start building with 100 rand. Another person can start building with 100,000. Another one can only start building with 1,000, and another 10,000. 10,000 rand. So I've come to realize that where I fall in, and the when I realized that, then I started getting really really comfortable with what the prop firms were bringing on the table. So that is the plan for the year. Um, Simply put, uh, buy a challenge, pass it, and trade that account sustainably, aka don't blow it, right? So it's January now. I still have that belief entrenched in my mind that the best times to trade are between um, February and November. So I'll definitely buy my challenge in February. I hope that's my plan if everything goes according to plan. And then leading up to that, I'm just going to be doing demo challenges and building consistency with those. And at this point, it's not a learning process because remember, I've passed one. So it's just replicating consistently that result. So that's pretty much what I'm doing. That's what I started doing this week. I'll do for the next 2 weeks or so, and then maybe in the last week of Jan, then I'll start maybe sending some signals again in the group, and then we can see how we can do with that. Which brings me to the next point of how do you participate. So if you've been with us since last year, then you probably have the manual and the system. Brush up on your content. I think we're going to start talking more and more about the manuals themselves a little bit more this year, just really tear it down into more detail. So read your manual, your beginner manual, because that's what I really intend on collecting good information and data on this year. But we'll also be pulling maybe later in the year from the advanced manual, from when we start talking discretion. So yeah, so I think for me, those are the two. That's the first thing that you need to do if you're already with us, and then yeah, just keep your eyes open for the last week of Jan, and then I'll start communicating with everyone more regularly through the Telegram channel. But if you absolutely new and then you're seeing this video for the first time, then you have to get your manuals and your system. So how do you do that? You come onto the Telegram channel, you click on the pinned message, and then you click on the links, you open an XM account, and then once you've opened an XM account using my affiliate link, then I will send to you the system and the manual via email. So yeah, that's how we've been doing things. So it's really really as simple as that. So that's how you participate, and then everything that I'll be doing, it's a journey that we're taking together. So whatever that I'm doing, I'll bring you on to understand, and then we'll just simply do it together. Just a quick reminder, remember, I'm not really sending signals, I'm telling you guys what I'm doing, and then you guys, because you have the manual and the system, then you're also using your own discretion and applying your own learning process to understand what's happening, because giving signals is not really permitted. There's a 1 million rand fine waiting for you if you give signals, so I don't want to be one of those guys. So I categorically state that we are not in the business of giving signals. I don't give trade signals. I just say what I'm doing, and we get our confluence from the system. Right? We get our okay from the system. I don't give signals. Right? So yeah, and what can we expect on the short term? Okay, short term and not longer term, but more medium term. What can you expect this month, and what can you expect in a couple of months' time? What you can expect now is 2 upcoming videos. I'm talking to a lot of people, and sometimes the laptop is not, sometimes it's a luxury. So, but the phone is always there. So I'm going to do a video on how you can set up MT4 with the Black Hyacinth trading system, how you can access it on your phone, because traditionally you need a laptop, and I've posted the videos on how to set up on your laptop, but now I'm going to send a video of how to set up on your phone. So that's number one. That's still in the month of January. And then in the longer term, as I told you, that we really want to keep everybody on board, and we want to document this journey of becoming profitable traders using the Black Hyacinth system. So every quarter we'll be giving a quarterly report of all the trading data and all the things that have happened. So yeah, I just feel that it's important for accountability from our side, and for you to be informed. So it's a very mutually beneficial initiative for 2025. I mean, if you know that you have to write a report at the end of the quarter, you won't just sit there and not collect data and have good data. So what I'm saying is you are also going to be part of that report. So this is not only for me. If there's something notable to say about something that you've done or about your trading data and whatever, then it will be included in the report so that other people can see what you're doing. So this is not only, it's not a one-sided report, but everybody can contribute content into that report. It won't be long, even if it's, as long as it's impactful. That's what I'm looking for. So yeah, and that leads me to the second thing that you can still expect in Jan. Remember, in Jan, you can expect a video on how to set up the system on your phone, and then you can expect the quarterly report at the end of the quarter, of each quarter. And then now the second thing that you can expect still in January is a discussion on trading psychology for the year. So I'm going to discuss my outlook, my mental fortitude, my mentality, my trading psychology for 2025. I'm going to tell you where I'm coming from personally, and what I'm trying to move towards as far as trading is concerned, and what I'm trying to get trading to do for me this year. So yeah, so that as well will be coming in January still, and all of these videos that I'm talking about are going to be posted on this YouTube channel, and from time to time you will see the links on the Telegram channel and the Instagram channel, Instagram page as well. So I encourage each and every one of you right now, if you're seeing this video or you've been watching the videos, also follow the Instagram page, and also follow the Telegram channel. It will just complete the cycle. Just have the content coming at you from all the streams to give you a nice well-rounded experience. So yeah, guys, I think that should be enough for everyone to be on board on with what's going to happen this year. I really wish everyone the mental clarity to do well in the markets this year. I'm hoping for a whole lot more, actually, a whole lot more interaction. This is not a one-way thing. So I know I've been talking prop firms a lot. This is just a way to raise funds, but remember, we always want to trade the way that we want to trade, because when you're trading with a prop firm, you've got rules and everything. So it's just a fundraising effort, so that we have much more substantial equity when we are trading with XM. So we haven't forsaken the process. We are just breaking a barrier of entry, which is adequate equity to trade the system. So I think that should be enough. As I've said, I think it's enough for opening message. Thank you for staying until the end of the video, and let's see each other in the market. Let's do well this year. Let's ciao. Yeah, cheers, guys.